Hello!
Hi, children!
Yeah, okay. Becky, we have swapped things around.
No, where are we, Dean?
Oh, I know. I've been shopping.
I think so. Have you been to IKEA, Dean?
I have.
It looks
yeah.
cushions, very nice.
I just had to share with you what IKEA was like, really.
It looks very nice. Yeah, look, the screen. Ooh.
And you know, it's something new, and I was committed to having this change.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been committed to something, Becky?
Committed to something, let me think. There's lots of things, isn't there, really? Well, what about last year? I had to do that 100k for October.
Oh, yeah,
and some of the children will have seen that online. Oh, that was hard. I had to really commit to that. That was pretty tough.
Yeah, that was during lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was a challenge. I'm not doing that again.
But during that time, did you ever feel like giving up?
Oh, loads. Yes, absolutely. Because October was when we started losing the lights, so it got darker on some of those evenings, and it was starting to get colder.
Yeah.
So I think at the beginning it was, I was really excited and like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So like my first week of runs, I was just like, yeah. And then the second week of runs came, and it was getting darker and it was getting wetter. Whoa. And that got harder. And then the third week came, Dean.
Wow.
And there were some really cold nights. That got really hard. Yeah.
Wow.
And you just get tired as well. You got tireder and you're like, oh, my legs are so heavy, I can't run anymore. And
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So pretty committed for that.
And that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. We're going to be talking about commitments. So just like Becky, you might be committed to something. You might be committed to a club or something at school or something that you're committed to with a friend. But we're going to be talking as well about our commitment towards God and to following Jesus. But first, we're going to be committed to praising God. Yes. All right, so everyone get up where you are, and we're going to praise God together.
Let's go.
This life is a journey, a path made for me. With every step I take, as I run this race, I'm becoming the person you call me to be. A child of God, a life redeemed. So I set my eyes on you, Jesus, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Where you lead, I'll follow. Where you lead, I'll go. Not gonna wait for tomorrow. This is the journey of a lifetime. The journey of a lifetime. God, you already know me. I wanna know you. Help me grow stronger and discover the truth. I'm ready, let's go. Where you lead, I'll follow. Where you lead, I'll go. Not gonna wait for tomorrow. This is the journey of a lifetime. With every step I take, with every step I take, I'm becoming the person you call me to be. A child of God, a life redeemed. So I set my eyes on you, Jesus, I'm ready. I'm ready, let's go. I'm
Yeah, well, Becky, I like that praise.
I
song.
love praising. That's my favourite thing to do.
So, Becky, you said that you felt like giving up
Yes,
at times.
lots.
Yeah. So what happened? Why didn't you give up?
Because I told everybody I was doing it, which was the reason. That's why I did it, because I thought if I put it out there and tell everybody I'm doing it, and also it was to raise money for charity as well. So I couldn't. If I gave up, then charity wouldn't have got all the money that I raised.
So that was your goal.
That was my goal. Yeah. My goal was to raise the money for charity. So, and then just telling people you don't want to let people down, and I didn't want to feel that I hadn't achieved the thing that I'd set out to do. So, I sort of set myself that target. So I wanted to feel proud that I'd done it. So, so I had to sort of keep going with that commitment even when it got hard.
And you know what, children, sometimes when we are committed to start something, that commitment, just like Becky said, she was excited when she started, but that waned after a bit, didn't it? And you felt like you didn't want to do it. And sometimes that's how we feel when we're part of a club or we're committed to doing something at school. That enthusiasm just drifts from us and we think, But Becky had a goal, didn't you? That was to raise money for charity.
Yeah.
And you might have a goal, there might be something at the end that you want to achieve or do, or you want to be part of a team and you want to play for that team. Keep that goal in mind, because that helped you be
definitely. Yeah, so I'm just thinking when the children learning something new, like that can be really hard, can't it, sometimes, whether it's learning a new instrument or learning a new skill in the classroom. And sometimes if it gets really hard, you just want to give up, don't you? But then I'm just thinking, if you keep that goal in mind, like how amazing will I feel if I've learnt to read or learnt to play an instrument, or so afterwards when you get through all that hard bit, which was when my legs got sore and I got tired, like the feeling that you have when you've accomplished it. So the feeling you'll have when you can play an instrument or you can read better or learn a language, whatever it is.
Was it always easy?
Absolutely not. No, it was really hard. Well, it was getting near winter as well, wasn't it? So the hardest days for me were, I hate the cold, Dean, I don't like the cold. Don't like the cold and don't really like getting wet either. So rainy days, coming home, when I'd been at work all day and then coming home and thinking, oh my goodness, all I want to do now is have some hot toast and a cup of tea. But I would look at my watch and think, but I've also got to get in some miles today. So I'd have to go out in the rain. So I had to really talk to myself to do that. And I did say quite a few prayers, like, please Lord, help me with this. My legs are really tired today. I've got to go out and do another run. So I would do that sometimes. Wow. You might have heard that I'm doing 100 kilometres for October, and it's really dark outside now, and I really don't feel like running tonight. My legs are hurting and my feet are aching because I've been running every single day for the whole of October so far. And I didn't really want to run tonight, but then I remembered, do you know what? Jesus had to do really hard things, didn't he? And Jesus knew that ultimately he was going to die on the cross, and like how awful must that have been, knowing that he was going to have to go through those difficult things. So do you know what? I decided to lace up my shoes. They're on. I decided to lace up my shoes, and if Jesus could have done those really hard things that were way harder than me going outside in the dark and having a run tonight, then Becky can put on her trainers and go and run. So here I am, I'm going to do hard things. I'm going to put my faith in Jesus, put my running shoes on and get out that door.
Wow. And you know what? That's what it's like, isn't it, when we follow Jesus?
Definitely.
Jesus doesn't say, follow me and have a really easy life, does he?
No, not at all, no.
When we follow Jesus, sometimes we go through disappointments, we go through hard times. But you said, Becky, that when you were going through hard times, you prayed.
Yeah.
How else did you get help?
So I would pray sometimes for help, or sometimes ask my friends to come with me. So just so that I had one, the company on the journey, or so that they could chat. Because when you're running, sometimes you do sort of like in your head, you start talking like, oh, shall I just walk the rest now? You have voices in your head telling you to slow down or to stop. So if you've got a friend with you, they can spur you on, keep you going, give you positive input. So it just made the journey more pleasurable having somebody with me. So.
That sounds exactly the same as our journey with Jesus. And you know what? We can pray like Becky did.
Yeah.
So if you're going through a difficult time at school, you can pray and ask God for help. We can read our Bible, and that always helps us. It encourages us, and sometimes it gives us great wisdom in how we can get through a problem. And also, like you say, we can ask our friends to help us. And if you're part of church, then you can ask the children who are at church to help you, and they could pray for you. If you're at church right now, you could even speak to a leader, and the leader can be committed to pray for you going through this hard time.
Absolutely.
And of course, your own family,
Yeah,
they can
definitely.
pray and share with your family how you're feeling, because they might not know how bad you feel or if you're struggling with things.
And we've done lots recently about like writing prayers and drawing prayers. So if they don't want to ask someone for prayer, or if they don't want to say the prayer out loud themselves, we've done lots, haven't we, about journaling your prayers, drawing your prayers. Like God knows what you're trying to say, no matter how you express that.
That's right. And so if you are going through a bad time, all right, just like Becky was committed to run, we need to be committed to God, to keep going to God. It's not always easy with
not at
God.
all.
Sometimes it is difficult. And it says in Philippians 3 verse 14, it says, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me. And of course, that prize is at the end of life, we'll go to heaven.
Best prize
the best prize ever.
We do anything for prizes.
Even better than chocolate.
Way better than
chocolate. All right. So just like Becky her goal was to raise funds for that charity, our goal is to keep our eyes fixed in knowing that we're going to get a place in heaven if we keep following Jesus. All right. But whatever you do, all right, don't give up.
No.
All right. Don't give up on God. Don't give up on yourself. All right. Because you are more precious to God than anything else. And He will always, always love you. So don't forget that. Well, Becky.
Oh, we've got to leave this place now. It's
Yeah.
nice. I'm going to just enjoy my cup of tea. Sat here,
I might go back to IKEA and get a few more things.
Yeah, maybe some more cushions.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll see you next time. All right. And see you then. Bye.